Have you ever driven the same road 1,000 times, only to one day notice something that shouldn't be there? Lena was a nurse, working late shifts at a small town hospital. She had taken the same route home for years, a lonely two-lane road cutting through endless cornfields. It was boring, predictable. Nothing ever changed. But one night, she noticed something that made her grip the steering wheel until her knuckles whitened. Through the mist rising from the fields, a house appeared. A massive old Victorian with a sloping roof and jagged gables that looked like claws against the moon. Its windows glowed faintly, as if lit from inside. But that wasn't possible. She knew every inch of this road. There had never been a house here. Still, curiosity pulled at her. She slowed, turning onto the gravel drive. Her headlights swept over broken fences, weeds tall as her waist, and a front porch sagging under its own weight. The door stood slightly open, and inside, she swore she saw someone move. Her heart pounded, but her exhaustion and professional instinct got the better of her. What if someone was hurt? Maybe a squatter, an overdose, a runaway. She couldn't just drive away. She stepped out, the night air biting against her skin. The gravel crunched too loud beneath her shoes. As she climbed the porch, the wood groaned, almost like a sigh. "Hello?" she called, pushing the door wider. The smell hit her first. Dampness, mold, and something metallic, sharp, like rust or blood. The hallway stretched impossibly long, lined with faded wallpaper that peeled like shedding skin. Her flashlight being flickered over picture frames on the wall. She froze. The photos were of her. Her walking to school as a child. Her on the front lawn of her childhood home. Her sitting in the break room at work. But none of these photos should exist. Trembling, she reached for one, but the frame felt warm, almost pulsing, like flesh. She dropped it, stumbling back. The sound echoed too loudly, bouncing down the corridor like a scream. From the far end of the hall, footsteps answered. Slow, heavy, deliberate. Lena ducked into a nearest room. It looked like a child's nursery, but wrong. The crib was full of dirt, worms worthing inside. The rocking horse rocked on its own, though the air was still. A music box on the dresser began to play, a distorted lullaby, off-key and dragging. Her breath caught. Then she saw the mirror. It wasn't reflecting her. Instead, it showed her standing in the same room, but behind her, in the reflection, a tall figure loomed. Its head brushed the ceiling, its body stretched too thin, its face blurred like smeared paint. She spun around. Nothing. Just the empty, rotting nursery. But when she turned back, the reflection hadn't vanished. It raised a hand and waved. She bolted, slamming back into the hallway. The footsteps were closer now. She couldn't tell if they were behind her or coming from above. The house seemed to breathe around her, walls groaning, floorboards shuddering. Every door she tried led to something worse. A bathroom where the tub overflowed with black water, something just beneath the surface shifting. A kitchen where raw meat hung from hooks, still dripping fresh blood. A bedroom where the bedsheets rose and fell as if something invisible was breathing under them. She ran, turning corner after corner, but the hallway only stretched further. The front door was gone. Windows showed nothing but endless dark. Finally, she collapsed against a wall, sobbing. That's when she heard it, her own voice. "Don't cry, you live here now." The sound came from the ceiling. She looked up, and there she was, herself, crawling along the ceiling like an insect, her face twisted in a grotesque
grin, eyes black pits. Lena screamed and sprinted down the hall, every light bulb exploding above her, showering sparks. The ground gave way suddenly, and she fell, crashing into a basement that smelled of rot and earth. Rows of jars lined the shelves. She staggered closer, shining her phone's light. Inside the jars floated eyes. Hundreds of them, suspended in murky fluid, and every single one turned to look at her. A voice whispered from the darkness, "We've been watching you a long, long time." From the shadows, hands began to reach, dozens of them, clawing from the dirt, grabbing her ankles, her arms. She kicked, screamed, but they dragged her towards a gaping hole in the floor, a pit of pure black, whispering louder and louder. Her phone slipped from her hand. The flashlight spun across the dirt, catching one last thing before she was pulled under. A framed photo on the wall. Her, standing at the doorway of this very house, smiling, holding a set of keys. Black screen. Silence. Then, faintly, a creak, like a door opening.